And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. My fellow citizens of the world, ask not what America will do for you, but what together we can do for the freedom of man.
Only when we follow the primary law of nature and physics of the law of cooperatism that even geese have the wisdom to follow will we optimize anything. Do you know why geese fly as a group? Do you know why they take this V formation? It is the law of cooperatism and simple approach avoidance tension dynamics. Each goose flaps its wings and creates an uplift for the ones that follow by flying in this cooperative formation. The whole flock adds 70% greater flying range than if each bird flew alone. Notice, they aren't doing their own thing. When a goose falls out of formation, it suddenly feels the drag and resistance of flying alone. Thus, being alone and independent, and not applying the law of cooperatism, creates excess tension. It then quickly moves back into formation to take advantage of the lifting power of the bird in front of it. When the lead goose tires, it rotates back in formation, and another goose flies to the point position. Leadership is shared as a team. The geese flying in formation honk to encourage those up front to keep up their speed. So the leaders in the front maintain control positions, must work harder than the rest, not make the followers do most of the work while they get most of the rewards. When a goose gets sick or wounded and falls, two geese follow it down to help and protect it. They stay with it until it dies or is able to fly again, then they catch up with the flock or launch with another formation. They sacrifice for the group with unselfish cooperatism and treat each other all like family, as we should. Why don't we act like geese and stand with each other and use our talents and skills to work as a team? Make a formation with those who go the same way we want cooperatively. Take turns with leadership and help one another. Encourage each one of us to step forward and always help the other in sickness and health in cooperatism. We now have the awareness and wisdom of the primary law of cooperatism to unify us as an optimum team once and for all before it's too late. A new dawn is on the horizon if we awaken from getting lost in our deep sleep of our selfish, unaware, fear-driven, greedy rush job, not thinking about the group and the future. We blindly sought total comfort, especially the 1%ers tried to deny the law of cooperatism that is inescapable and forces us to accept the reality that both sides must always cooperate. In order to relax and be happy, we must work hard first and put forth the tension required to flap our wings in unison to gather food and get our next goal and destination. To have our hopes, we must have an honor of our fear for survival that keeps us safe and drives us to gather and create resources to sustain ourselves and each other and fulfill our hopes of a brighter future together. As we know, two heads are better than one, unless they're butting heads, arguing, fighting, killing, stealing resources, from insecurely reacting to one's own fears excessively without trust and sharing and cooperatism. We must slow down, breathe in, reset our distorted fight-or-flight stress response system. Until then, we're like a bird whose left and right wing fights against each other and crashes to the ground. We easily see this in our current political system as the left and right wing poorly cooperate and are fighting and out of control, lashing out, all from their own out-of-control misprojected fears launched like the missiles we launch through the air. Their own distorted fear and fight-or-flight reaction that they have not yet learned to take responsibility for, slow down, and breathe into together in trust and cooperatism. Look around, and the facts prove that the species and the planet is in danger from a selfish, unaware, fear-driven, greedy rush job, and only one thing, one system The natural law of cooperatism is the obvious answer. If we continue to mismanage our own fears and our fight-or-flight response and defy the law of nature of cooperatism, the great bird of the American eagle will crash and die, taking the world down with it. So now, it is time for all to do our civic duty to be the change, to become agents of change by changing our own rush job of our fight-or-flight stress response system so we can change the system. So we can stop the selfish, unaware, fear-driven, greedy leadership and finally slow down, breathe in, reset, and apply cooperatism. United we stand, divided we fall. We are falling. It is time to make a stand. We are not waiting on the world to change. We must be the change in cooperatism.